Hi, we are Team Planet Saviors, and our idea is Smart CO2 calculator for smart vehicles. But then, if you're wondering, there are many calculators already available in the market, and how different is our idea from them? Basically, coming to the basics, in this era, it has become more important to have an emission report to end user so that he can follow up. It's like basically indirectly educating them on how much emission their vehicles are causing and affecting the environment. And we can urge them to either make a shift to biodiesel or what are the smallest steps they can do to control these values. Basic selection, what we are going to give them is the market selection, and then comes the brand, product, and finally the engine type value if they have it. Then we're going to fetch this view latest emission and fuel efficiency values from the historical telematics data, and then we are going to compare it with the base year statistics, and to give him an overview on to track the progress basically to achieve at a particular target. It's like base year was so much, and then in current year your performance is like this. Going ahead in 10 years, you would be here causing this much CO2 emission. So we're going to give him a brief on this. And the user can make based on this selection, the user would also will be able to view the fuel efficiency kilometer per liter in percentages along with the CO2 in the base year and the current year. The methodology what we have derived at this particular KPI is 1 liter of diesel generally weighs 835 grams, and this constitutes of major part of carbon dioxide, that is 86.2 percentage of carbon, which makes a 722 grams of carbon per liter, and that requires 920 grams of oxygen for combustion to form CO2. So which is a huge amount, that's 2640 grams of CO2 per liter. And I've just taken an example of 5 liter, which is, if you can see, that's 132 grams of CO2 per kilometer. So you can just predict how much it is going to be on a daily basis and on an annual basis. And the basic correlation, as I was explaining, it's increase in fuel efficiency and decrease in CO2. So the basic, it lies between -1 and 1 to compare the basically two close data sets. And as I was explaining, there's a customer selection parameters available. That's market, brand, product, and engine type. Based on the selections, the data would get filtered. Then if you can see, this is the average distance driven per kilometer per vehicle, and 2017 as a base year, and 2020 is a current year. So if you can see what is the distance driven, 2021 we have data only for the quarter 1. I've just given some mock data, so that's why you can see less number of distance driven value. And this is the number of vehicles to the year values. So it's like basically the vehicle population product in the market distribution. And coming to change in fuel efficiency and impact on CO2, if you can see the way the CO2 emission is being actually decreasing when compared to the base year. If you add, that's because the fuel efficiency, the gray color graph, if you can see, that's the fuel efficiency, so it's increasing, and the value is getting decreased. And the fuel efficiency versus CO2 emission for current year and the base year, if you can see, there's a gradual decrease again in the CO2 transfer in the current year when compared to the base year. So that the user is actually performing good when compared to the base year. That was all my idea. Thank you so much.